Hi, Matt, the etrailer. If you have a 2023 Hyundai Ioniq 6 and you want to carry a variety of different types of bikes and you want something that's going to be really easy to store in your garage for when you're not using it, then the Benton Shifts&Grins Bike Rack is going to be a great option for you. So let's check it out. So the first thing I want to show is how it's sitting back here. We're actually getting a really good fit right now. You don't want nothing too close to your vehicle. And let's say you're on those really bumpy roads. Even if you're on something pretty bumpy, we're nowhere near coming close to our vehicle. So that's going to give you a lot more peace of mind. We're also going to have a weight capacity of 55 pounds per bike. We're going to be able to hold 2 of them. And we're still going to have a pretty good tilt-away. And what I like about this tilt-away is super easy to do. We're actually going to have a button on the furthest point out. That's something I like about it. I don't have to pull any levers. It just feels a little bit more natural to use. And that's going to give you plenty of room to access your trunk. The reason why you might want to access your trunk is if you have any groceries or you need to put away any of your gear. Right now, this would be the perfect time for me to grab my shoes, my helmet, and get ready for my ride. Once you're done, you can close this up. And then you're going to have the ability to put your bike rack into the seated position. To do that, all I have to do is come back here, lift up on the carrier until it folds up. Now that is going to be a little bit heavy, so I'd recommend grabbing a friend to help you out with that. Now if you want to take a closer look at this, I'm going to take off my bike. So where I like to start is going to be with these straps. So you're going to have one per tire, super easy to use. All you have to do is press on it. It's going to release that strap, and then you can tuck that away. You're going to have another one for the back tire. You're going to have this rubber pad here, so it's going to help not scratch anything up. And with that out of our way, we can take off the front ratcheting hook. What I like about this is you can actually remove this hook completely, so you can kind of set that to a side, and then you can fold this all the way down. Makes taking your bikes off a lot simpler and easier. Now, something else I do like about that is it's great for if you have any alternative or carbon frame bikes or any bike with a really nice paint job. But with it off, I take it out for a ride. And now we can take a closer look at those cradles. That's going to be great because you'll notice we have a couple divots to accommodate different tire sizes. And it is important that we put all our straps back up before we hit the road again, because you don't want this dangling around where you're out and about. And if you look underneath, there's going to be this knob. If you just twist that, you can easily just push this forward and back some to accommodate different wheelbases. And once you're done with that too, you also want to make sure you put this front ratcheting hook back down and put that hook back on it, because you definitely don't want to lose that. Do that, you just have to push back down on it, and then you're good to go. But from here, let's get a few measurements just to see how it's going to live back here. The first one I like to get is going to be how far it sits out. That's going to be about 32.5 inches, which is about average. Nothing too crazy. Now, if you're in those really tight spots, like a parking spot or garage, definitely keep an eye on that because you don't want to hit anything. Now, if we can get some measurements to see what that ground clearance is going to be. So if I just go back here, measure from the closest point to the ground, that's going to be 16 inches. So that's pretty good for this vehicle since we have that rise in our shank. Even if you have those heavier bikes back here, even if it drops down by an inch or two, you shouldn't make contact with the ground. And to push it up into the folded position, all I have to do is push on that button and push up this time. The reason why you might want to do this is if you want to save room on the back of your vehicle if you don't have any bikes on. And now, if I measure from back here, that's only going to stick out by 19 inches. So that's going to save you a lot of space. Now let's see how it's going to interact with the back of this. So we are going to block a few things. And the biggest thing you're going to block is going to be your license plate. That's going to be completely obstructed. So if you live in a state where you need to show your license plates completely or all the time, I'd try to find another location for that. Now your backup camera is going to be the next point Well, you will be able to see above the carrier. Anything below, which is going to be the majority of your view, is going to be blocked. But your taillights should be fine, especially since we have this brake light up at the top that won't be obstructed either. But we can see how this is going to install to our vehicle. And we're going to have this 2-inch shank. That's going to go into your 2-inch hitch receiver. We're going to have this anti-rattle bolt that goes through and secures this down so it doesn't shake too much in your receiver, giving you a better fit overall. And something that's going to make this process a lot easier is going to be this collar here. This collar can be adjusted. If I kind of just turn this knob here, you can actually change where this is located. And that's mainly so when you are taking it in and out of your receiver, you can just keep it in one location so you don't have to try to find where that pin goes through that hole. Something else I really like about this carrier is the ability for it to fold up. So as you can see here, this is kind of like a semicircle. And earlier when I went to use this, it went back like that. But I do have the ability to go all the way forward. And the reason why you'd want to do that is when you're storing it in your garage, you can actually fold that shank to be in line with the rest of the carrier, so it's not sticking out in your garage, saving you a lot of space, either on the ground or, if you can, put it on the shelf. Now, in my opinion, I think this is a really unique, great carrier for carrying a lot of different types of bikes. Now, I do think there's a lot of other great options out there. I think one that you should check out would be the Rack, or the Rocky Mounts Monorail Bike Rack. What's great about that is it's going to have a lot of the same features as this. It's going to have a slightly higher weight capacity, and it's going to have some included locks with it, so you can secure your bikes and your carrier so no one can take it. But that is going to be at a more premium price point, and something that this has above that is just the ease of storing it and being able to fold it up into one flush carrier. But that was just a look at the Benton Bike Rack on the back of our 2023 Hyundai Ioniq 6. I'm Matt. Thanks for watching.